students, now that it's time for your examinations, we could discuss a few of the questions from last year's question paper on communicative English. So, as I have been repeatedly telling you, preparation is very, very essential. Concentration, focus, equipping yourself properly with vocabulary, sentence structure, expanding and enhancing your knowledge, the language of English, all these things are very, very essential. And as I keep telling you repeatedly, you should concentrate on all the 4 skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing. Of course, for your practicals too, you got a test in reading, listening and speaking. So, the more you read, the more you will gather ideas, and you will also get acquainted with various uses of words, structure of words, the various nuances of the language. Your vocabulary will improve, and on the whole you will be able to face your examination better. You would also get ideas for your speaking sessions. So, I advise you to be alert always, focus on current issues, keep reading a lot, keep reading any good article, maybe of the past or maybe some current articles, stories. If you are interested, you could even go through poems, then fiction, non-fiction, everything, all these ideas, everything you come across will help you to enhance your knowledge. Now, let us take a cursory glance at the question paper and discuss a few sections of these. I am going to do one word answers and focus on error spotting and then choosing the right form of the verb and a little bit of transformation. So, I would start with 1 mark questions. Now, these questions, 15 questions, each carries 1 mark. Okay? So, you got to answer all the questions, each question carries 1 mark, and you got a blank and you got options to choose and complete the sentence with. Now, the first question is, honesty is a dash value. Honesty is a dash value. The options are A, moral, B, human, C, humane, D, moral. Now, considering these options, now when I come to the first word moral, it is some sort of an attitude, a quality like. So, therefore, I cannot fit this in the blank. I cannot say it is a moral value. Okay. It boosts my morale, it is an essential part of my morale. And human, even animals are honest. Okay. Then humane, humane is kindness. So, the correct answer is option D, moral. Honesty is a moral value. My morality depends on my honesty. Based on my morality, my way of behavior, I am honest. So, D, moral is the correct answer. Civic sense inculcates dash. So, equality, responsibility, dignity, prejudice. So, here normally if we have civic sense, we are very, very responsible. We are very good citizens, we are responsible citizens. We see that no damage is caused to our surroundings, we abide by the law, and therefore, civic sense inculcates option B, responsibility. Then the third one, a sunny disposition refers to or means, what does it mean? Dash. Tenderness, does it indicate tenderness, cheerfulness, emancipation, determination. Emancipation, freedom, determination, your strong will to do something. Cheerfulness, happiness, tenderness, tenderness is gentleness or being very soft. Sunny disposition, the word sunny that gives you the clue, the right answer is option B, cheerfulness. Art therapy increases dash. Research, self-esteem, anxiety, addictions. So, from the passage in your textbook, you conclude that the right answer is option B, self-esteem. Art therapy increases self-esteem. Then the next question, a symbol that helps to identify a product is a dash. So, poster, jingle, logo, label. So, logo, that is the right answer. It is a symbol, logo is a symbol. It helps us to identify a product. The moment you look at that logo, you immediately associate the product with it. Then sixth question, a 19-lined pastoral lyrical poem is a dash. Villanelle, option A, villanelle, it is a short one, haiku. Limerick, no. Ballad, no. Though it's lengthy, this is 19 lined. Specific idea is given there. It has been specified as consisting of 19 lines. You have the explanation in your textbook. Then 7th one, there is an dash solution to every problem. So, urgent solution, optimistic solution, open solution, erudite solution. So, definitely it is not open, and it is not of course, it depends upon the urgency of the problem. So, you cannot say urgent solution. Every problem has to be solved sometime or the other. So, optimistic problem, we can solve all problems with optimistic. Question number 8, a dash is when there are many cars on the road and the traffic is stuck. So, we come across this word from your textbook, it is option D, gridlock. So, it is completely locked, you cannot move this way or that way, it is a perfect jam, total jam. 9th one, the art of speaking without moving one's lips is dash. Some mischievous students may practice this also. So, you speak without moving your lips, that is a very special feat, it is a great achievement, it is a special skill that has to be mastered, and it is very difficult to acquire this. It is option A, ventriloquism, that is the answer. Mind the correct spelling, of course the option is provided, so there is no harm in copying it as it is. Then 10th one, a dash is one who helps a less experienced person over a period of time. So, one who is not very much experienced seeks the help of someone. Who is that person? Mentor. You say he is my mentor. So, the mentor guides you, shows you the right path, helps you to tackle the situation or to solve the problems, and gives you the confidence to face the situation on your own. So, such a person is called a mentor. So, the right answer is option C, mentor. Then my brother Karan dash a foodie. So, R, B is am. So, brother singular, so you cannot say R, and then you cannot say B, you can't say my brother be a foodie. So, B form of the verb here is, that is the correct answer. Karan singular, my brother Karan is a foodie, one who likes to eat different varieties of food, he is interested in eating food. Then maintain lanes dash driving. So, this is grammatical here, maintain lanes, follow the lanes when, while driving. So, after, when, during, while. So, maintain lanes while driving, option D is the correct answer. Question 13, dash you do this small favor for my sake. So, won't, daren't, mayn't, haven't. So, definitely the other options do not make sense. Daren't, that does not make sense. You can't say mayn't, and then you can't say haven't you do. So, the right answer is won't. Requesting someone, you are pleading with someone, won't you do this for my sake, won't you help me in this issue. Therefore, the right answer is won't. So, follow that abbreviated form and capital letter because it occurs at the beginning. First letter should be in capitals. Dash sentences are used while making commands. So, what type of sentence will you use here? Statement is not used to make commands, interrogative, exclamatory, imperative. So, imperative sentences, interrogative of course you know, questions, exclamatory, exclaiming with surprise or sorrow or joy. So, right answer is option B, imperative. Then question 15, you rarely watch English films. Now, this requires a little bit of explanation. So, what does the sentence say? You rarely watch, you know these words, rarely, scarcely, hardly, barely, all these are negative words, they give you a negative meaning, and therefore, we know that in the question tag when the sentence is negative we use an affirmative tag. Now, look at the options, won't you, do you, don't you, will you. You rarely watch English films, do you. What does this mean? You do not watch often, that is the meaning. So, do not is a negative word here. So, the tag that you take is do you. You rarely watch English films, do you? Okay? So, please understand the rules. So, don't you is wrong, don't get confused there, even though that seems to be right there. Remember that rarely is a negative word, therefore, the tag should be affirmative. So, you rarely watch English films, do you? Do you do this? That is what I am confirming from you. Okay. So, that was under part A, 15 questions, 1 mark questions. So, each question carries 1 mark. So, a total of 15 marks, and I am sure you can score these 15 very easily, because you will be revising things from your textbook and a little bit of general grammar with a lot of practice and with all the exercises that you have been doing in your textbook. From your textbook, definitely this is like a piece of cake. It is very simple and it is easy to score marks. More complicated sections, that is a little bit of grammatical items and error spotting and such things. Okay. Now, I am going to discuss question 37. It says spot the errors. Okay. Now, look at the first sentence. One of my brothers was gone to Sweden. So, look at the tense form. One of my brothers, that part is correct, and because it is one of, you get the singular verb. The singularity is also right, but the wrong verb has been used. One of my brothers has gone to Sweden. Understood? That is your right answer. One of my brothers, I have 4 brothers, one of them has gone to Sweden. One of my brothers has gone to Sweden. HAS, has, and not was. Next one, our English teacher is the kinder person in our school. So, see the before superlative form, and you are going to compare one teacher, the English teacher, with all the other teachers in your school. So, our English teacher is the kindest person in our school. So, you must use the superlative form of the adjective. Third sentence, I and Carol have booked a ticket for the movie. Remember, when you use the personal pronoun, you put it next to the third person. So, I and Carol, that is not the proper way, polite way of saying. So, instead you say Carol and I have booked a ticket for the movie. So, bring the third person to the beginning. So, Carol and I have booked a ticket for the movie. The Google gives lots of informations. Remember these words: advice, information, they do not take an S. So, information, pieces of information, bits of information. So, lots of information, that S has to be removed from informations. Geeta fell down and hurt her shoulders bad. How can she hurt her shoulders bad? So, you must use the adverb there. Geeta fell down and hurt her shoulders badly. So, pay attention to these. Error spotting is very easy if you understand some simple rules. So, you apply the rules and you will be able to find the answer. Okay? So, please go through these carefully, children. Now, we will practice some more sentences on the same lines. Now, you got another set here. Grilled chicken and rice are the restaurant's speciality. Now, look at this, grilled chicken and rice. Now, both go together. You cannot eat one without the other. So, grilled chicken and rice, that is the combination. Like in our South Indian dishes, we have idli and chutney. Okay, we have those together. English people have bread and butter. Both go together. So, bread and butter is my favorite item. Similarly, grilled chicken and rice is the restaurant's speciality. So, the verb that should be modified here is. You should not use are because they come together. 2 teaspoonful of cornstarch helps thicken the soup. 2 teaspoonful of cornstarch helps thicken the soup. Now, certain words like mouthful, handful, spoonful. So, here you add S at the end of the word, to the end there. So, 2 teaspoonfuls of cornstarch helps thicken the soup. Then I had many mouthfuls of the recipe. So, handfuls, rice was thrown in handfuls. So, here you always add S to the end of the word. Next question, I can hit the ball good if I keep my eye on it. So, if I focus on it, I can hit the ball well, not good. So, that is the difference here. I can hit the ball well if I have an eye on it. Then, haven't none of you seen the dog? So, haven't any of you seen the dog? It is not none here. The right answer is any. I fell off the ladder and hurt my hand bad. So, again the same adverb has to be modified here. I fell off the ladder and hurt my hand badly. The right answer is badly and not bad. Now I have displayed the answers here. One of my brothers has gone to Sweden. Our English teacher is the kindest person in our school. Carol and I have booked a ticket for the movie. The Google gives lots of information. Geeta fell down and hurt her shoulders badly. Now we move on to the next part using the correct form of the verb. None of the hats dash fits or fit. So each, every, either, neither, none, all these are singular. So none of the hats fits, that is none of the hats is of the right size. Next question, a number of seeds dash has or have failed to sprout. Now when we say a number of seeds, definitely it means more than one. So many seeds, a number of seeds, lots of seeds, many seeds have failed to sprout. The correct answer is HAVE in the plural form, have failed to sprout. There dash many a slip between the cup and the lip. So there is many a slip between the cup and the lip. Coming to this sentence, students, I would like you to focus on those which I have written on the board. Now look at the given sentence. There dash is are many a slip between the cup and the lip. Many a slip between the cup and the lip. That structure many a. Whenever I use many a, it's always singular. Now look at the sentence. Many a soldier was killed in the battle. Now I use many a, and therefore soldier singular and the verb is also singular. Many a soldier was killed in the battle. What does this mean? This is the meaning. Many soldiers were killed in the battle. I have used soldiers plural, so my verb is also plural. Many soldiers were killed in the battle. Many a problem remains unsolved. Again many a, problem singular, so remains singular verb. The meaning of this sentence, many problems remain unsolved. So here I use the plural and therefore the verb is also plural. Similarly, there is many a slip between the cup and the lip. You have to select the singular verb. Now look at the next one. Lone Wolf combines tradition, traditionally, and modern techniques to create her miniature pottery. So there is some person, Lone Wolf, who creates pottery. Now combines tradition, traditionally, and modern techniques. So what would you combine? You would combine tradition, culture, and modern techniques. So it's not traditionally, the adverb is not required there. You use the noun form. Next one, dash, does, do, every boy and girl get an opportunity to read in class? That's the question. Now we have to select either does or do. Now every boy and girl, what's the meaning? Every boy gets an opportunity, every girl gets an opportunity. Every is singular, therefore my verb will also be singular. So I write, does every boy and girl get an opportunity to read in class? So this is a bit complicated, please understand it right and choose the correct answer. Now we got another set of exercises. Do as directed, frame a question for the reply. I would like a red colored pen, red color pen or red colored pen, a pen that is red in color. Now you got to write a question for this. So what would be your question? What color pen would you like? What color pen would you choose? What color pen do you prefer? So the given statement will be your answer. Look at the next one. Dash I help you. Use a modal auxiliary. So the options are could or may. You can say could I help you or may I help you. Could I help you is a polite form of asking someone. Or may I help you? You are offering your help. Third one, I wonder if you dash drive me home. Again modal auxiliary. So I wonder if you could drive me home. Again in a polite form of requesting, I wonder if you would drive me home. Then fourth one, we dash visit the zoo often when we were kids. Use the semi-modal. Now these four are quasi-modals or semi-modals. Please remember them. Used to, dare, need, ought to. Now look at the given sentence. We dash visit the zoo often when we were kids. So always this structure, used to, that is used to refer to a past habit. So we used to go to the zoo when we were kids. We no longer do it now. So reference to the past habit, you always select the semi-modal used to. The next sentence, the match did not end in a draw. Change into a positive sentence. So did not end, that negative word not has to be removed. So express the meaning of this sentence. What is it? The match ended with a victory for either side. So, both sides seem to have won the match, that is a draw, that is the situation. The match ended with both sides scoring equally. So, neither side had won it. So, this is the answer. You remove the negative word and express the meaning. Now, one more set of sentences for error spotting. My uncle trained dogs. So, that word train is very odd here. My uncle singular, therefore, the verb should be singular. My uncle trains dogs, inclusion of s there to the verb, addition of s to the verb. One of the boys in the class are talking. One of the boys in the class are talking. I have already discussed this in detail. Now, one of the boys, the true subject is only one boy. There are 20 boys in the class, of them only one boy is talking. So, one of the 20 boys is talking, are is wrong there. The verb should be singular because the true subject is singular. It refers to that one boy who is talking. Then third one, neither John nor Sam want to see the movie. Now, remember children, whenever two singular subjects are connected by neither nor, by the structure neither nor, the verb is singular. So, neither John, John is a singular subject, nor Sam, Sam is another singular subject, they are connected by neither nor, therefore, the verb is singular. So, wants to see the movie, W-A-N-T-S, singular verb, wants to see the movie. Next sentence, what are the latest news? Remember, news is always singular. So, you should say, what is the latest news? The next sentence, your if clauses, please remember the three types very carefully. If I spoke to him over the phone, he will reply. Now, type 1 is, in the if clause, you will have the present tense, simple present of the verb, and then you would get will in the main clause. So, if I speak to him over phone, he will reply. That is one answer. Type 2, past tense in the if clause and would in the main clause. So, would or could. So, if I spoke to him over phone, he would reply. So, make any one of these corrections. So, if you are going to have type 2, then modify everything accordingly. If you are going to have type 1, then modify the verb in the main clause accordingly. So, these are some sentences that you got to concentrate upon. Then once again we move on to choosing the correct option. Again it depends on the subject verb agreement where you are likely to make errors. See the first one, a number of seeds has or have failed to sprout. A number of seeds, that means I have already told you lots of seeds. So, lots of seeds have failed to sprout. So, a number of seeds have, H-A-V-E, have failed to sprout, plural verb. Next one, the teacher with her students goes for a picnic every month. Why do I select goes here? Now, remember, whenever I get these words with, along with, together with, as well as. If two singular subjects are connected by these, the verb will be singular. But if two subjects, one singular and the other plural, are connected by any of these four structures or words, then your verb will depend on the first subject, that is the subject away from the verb. Now, look at the given sentence, the teacher singular with her students, students plural. First subject is teacher, subject away from the verb is teacher. It is singular, therefore, the verb is also singular. They are considered as one unit. The teacher with the students, one unit, therefore, it is singular. The teacher with the students goes for a picnic every month. And next sentence, he don't or doesn't know, but I do. He doesn't know the answer, but I do. So, he third person, so you choose doesn't, third person singular. They don't know, but I do. He doesn't know, but I do. And look at the next sentence, few of the students was or were able to spell bureaucracy correctly. Now, when I say few of the students, definitely it means more than one. Understood? So, some students or very few of the students. So, definitely it is plural. So, the verb is plural. Few of the students were able to spell bureaucracy correctly. Of course, it is a difficult word to pronounce. So, please learn the spelling. Now, you got some idioms and phrases. So, you will have to match them with the meanings. They are given in a jumbled manner. I have given you the correct answer here. Now, the first one is bolt from the blue. So, the news of his resignation was like a bolt from the blue. meaning is something sudden or unexpected. Then blow your own horn. Don't always keep blowing your own horn, that is praising yourself, boasting about yourself, speaking excessively of yourself. Then turn the tables. So reverse the situation. Initially I won, but very soon the tables were turned and my friend won the argument. So to reverse the situation. Then all ears. When the teacher starts teaching, we are all ears. We are very eager to listen. We listen with rapt attention. Then add fuel to the fire. My brother hit me and also made a complaint to my mother, and this was like adding fuel to the fire to make a bad situation worse. Already the situation is worse, and by complaining to my mother, he worsened it further. So that is how you will have to choose the correct answer, think of the situations, keep reading a lot so that you will acquaint yourself with lots of nuances of the language, idioms and phrases. These are special uses. So please read more. Now we got another exercise on modals. Fill in the blanks using suitable modals. You dash see me tomorrow. So it depends upon the tone and the context, context and the context also, tone of the speaker and the situation. So you should see me tomorrow. Suppose you committed a mistake and I am going to scold you. I am the principal or I am the teacher. I tell you, you should see me tomorrow. You may see me tomorrow. I give you permission to meet me tomorrow. You could see me tomorrow. Now I am in a hurry, I am leaving, but you could see me tomorrow. You must see me tomorrow. So I wish to discuss something at length. So I want to meet you and talk to you. So you must see me tomorrow. Look at the next one. We dash obey our parents. So we should obey our parents or we must obey our parents. Then third sentence, if I were a bird, I dash fly. So remember, this is if clause second type. If I were a bird, so you imagine yourself to be a bird, you are not a bird. So if I were, past tense, so in the answer I would fly. Then it dashed rain today. So it's very cloudy, there are indications of rain, so it might rain today, there is a possibility of it raining. Then dash you close the window. So I am making a very polite request, I am asking you if you could close the window. So children, acquaint yourselves with lots of reading, revising. Your textbook has plenty of exercises, so you can keep on practicing and practicing until you are thorough with it. So seek the help of your teacher, and once again I keep on reiterating that you read a lot. Go through many contexts, go through many texts and contexts and situations, so that automatically you will be able to fix the correct word in the blank. Therefore, you keep working very hard, and of course, it is an enjoyable activity. You are going to learn a language and all the tricks and nuances of the language. So I wish you all the best, children. So keep working and definitely success is ours. Thank you a lot for having listened to me patiently.